I wanted to get started right away, so I looked up a few methods for getting prints and patterns onto clothing. Because, you know, my clothing has a lot of stuff on it. You know, either outfit. The methods I came up with today are paint it on yourself using paint or stencils or fabric markers. There's also transfer paper, which is ironing the thing on, or mailing it off, or silk screening. I don't have the stuff for silk screening. Ugh. Okay, yeah, I stole a few samples. So this is stencil, as is this. Yes, I took this off so I could show it to you, and no, I'm not wearing a shirt right now. I only just got here, so don't judge me too much. So here we have a Legend of Zelda hoodie. Not done magnificently, but it was done with stencil. Both of these stencils were done with a foam board cutout and fabric paint. You can use fabric paint or acrylic paint. You can use acrylic paint or fabric paint. They both stay pretty well. One of the big differences is fabric paint, when you put it on, is basically ready to go. It's very flexible. Acrylic paint, very, very stiff. If you're wearing something like a hoodie, though, you can just throw it in the wash, and one round with the wash, and it's just as loose as fabric paint. Things to be careful with stencils is, can't see it, things like that. Just little, you get funny rough edges, splatters, depending on how you paint it on. These are put on with a spray bottle fabric paint. So you can see we started running out of spray. And don't try the whole double layering, like yellow and then a gold layer and then a yellow layer. You know, maybe that'll make the yellow shinier. Doesn't work. You get something like this. Like that. Where it just kind of looks like gloob. And then you get gold everywhere and it splatters. And you should see the other one I made that I sold to Milan. There's these giant foam stencils work pretty well. Cardboard, not so much. You are spraying wet paint on these things. So cardboard tends to get soft and then go, and then all your edges start going. This one was a very nice foam board. I did it in kind of a rush because, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. So you get these funny looking little... It's not bad, right? This is dark transfer paper. This shirt's kind of old. It's been around for 4 years, and it's a very stretchy shirt. And since you're basically just putting a plastic picture onto a shirt, I think this lasted pretty well. This is Anti-Form from Kingdom Hearts. Don't tell anyone. Whatever you iron on is what you get. So you have to cut a very careful outline. Light transfer paper works differently. However, I do not have an example of that. Sheik helpful hints. With transfer paper, it says put it on one of your highest settings with no steam. Make sure this is what it's at before you start. I had it on like 2 when it was supposed to be on 6, and then by the time I noticed this and put it on 6, I had burned an outline of my picture. Yeah, had like a brown singe. Still a pretty shirt. I just gave that one to Milan. I didn't want it. Transfer paper is just ironing on a thin plastic picture. So be careful when you put it on stretchy fabric. It's alright if it's a solid piece. Do not put it on beaters. Don't put it on this. This has ridges, and the plastic will not get into the ridges, and then you will see the ridges when it stretches. Paint, however, is good. Can I put this back on now? I really like transfer paper. It prints exactly what you want right onto the shirt. However, it will leave a shiny outline. For printing things like letters, which transfer paper is really nice to have around, it will print a shiny outline around your letters, which isn't always that nice. So you could try to cut out each individual letter or do something funky with the leftover outline so it looks like you did that on purpose. Or you can learn how to silk screen. You can also just draw it on with fabric marker. Or if you're doing something that involves straight lines, masking tape is a great border. Yeah, that edge, the whole thing, masking. There's so much masking tape on that edge. Came out pretty nice though. Yep. Did that whole back. No stencil, just drew that whole thing out. Helpful hints from Sheik. If you go to a school or a college or university or a near place that has silk screening and you're into this stuff, I greatly encourage you to learn how. There are different versions of it. I've seen a kind where you get this really thin green plastic stuff and you have to very delicately X-Acto knife out your picture. And if the delicate picture, you can only use the thing like 3 times before it all gets gunked up. That's usually what you'll have when it's cheaper. There's also a kind where you end up making the screen yourself, which is what some professional places do. It's great fun and really messy. You get this frame, this really big frame, and then you take out this green stuff. It's like Guzex, and you smear it on. And it deteriorates in the light, so you have to do it really fast, and you have to set it into a dark place to dry. And then they get a transparency of your picture, and they put that on the screen, and then they put that on a light box, and they just let that sit there for like a half hour as the light deteriorates through the transparency and leaves just what you want. They also do that for some amateur comic book covers. Really helpful if you just want like a color or a few colors. Well, you have to make separate screens if you want separate colors. I just got here. I haven't found a silk screening place yet. I don't want to spend the money, because I'd need it to feed me. Where I came from, Master Hand would shower food down on the sky and we could eat our fill of maximum tomatoes and heart pieces. So yeah, that's a few methods for getting pictures onto clothing. So yeah, have fun with it. I guess it's for you people who haven't done this stuff before. If you have done this stuff before, let me know and tell me what I did wrong so I can improve. I like improving. I'll probably see you later, because I'm not leaving. Nope. Shirtless Sheik, out.